On today's episode of Bet Bath & Beyond, Andy and I talk about March Madness. We wrap it up. Baylor's the official champions. Congratulations. Andy is the official loser of the B3T sports bracket. He will have to chug a 40 and then run a 40-yard dash. He's going to film it. It's going to be great. We talk Deshaun Watson updates. We talk Alex Jones. Is he a hero or a villain? And of course, we dive into the world of NFTs, Zed horse racing. You're going to want to listen to this because we have some tips to save you some money on the racetrack. This episode is brought to you by Yankee Candle. Yankee Candle is just a really good smelling candle. Thank you, Yankee Candle, for the money. 3, 2, 1, go. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann. And I hate sports betting. No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
Welcome to Bet Bath & Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
I'm Ian, and that's Andrew.
That is correct. That is Ian, and I am Andrew. It's
Andrew,
early.
Andrew, fuck you. Fuck you, Andrew.
It's so early.
Yeah. Do you want to know why it's so early?
I could tell you why it's so early. I made an oopsie.
Yeah, you did. You made a fucking oopsie.
But you know what, though? I shuffle things around for you all the time.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Andrew,
I don't feel bad about it.
Okay, I knew you were going to bring that up because I do a lot more traveling than you do. So, yes, my schedule...
What is that? Is that some classist jab?
No. It wasn't supposed to be, but it could be. I am more cultured and traveled than you are. So yes, we are constantly having.
Remember that time you got lost in Costa Rica and the Riptide?
Yes, I do. But listen, I understand that I do more traveling than you. So normally when we change our normal recording time, it has to be because of me to fit my schedule. However, Andrew, and this is a big however, I have never made us wake up this early to record the podcast. I like to maybe say, oh, we can record the day before or maybe a little bit later at night when we're already up, but I would never, Andrew, make you wake up.
Listen, last night I was playing Civ, so I couldn't record last night.
What were you playing?
Civilization.
Oh, okay. Like that Civilization. Is that that fucking
the Sid Meier's Civilization 6 or whatever.
No,
it's like
you're just talking about the old school Civilization games, right?
Yeah. Where it's like you build, like you pick like a nation, and then you start building through like the time periods.
Yeah, that shit's fun. That shit's fun.
It's super fun.
I played that growing like that and Roller Coaster Tycoon, and honestly Sim City. Those 3 games I remember playing as a kid on my computer. Civilization, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and actually we had a collection of sim games, not like the stupid fucking Sims where you're like a real person. The Sims, I think, had a collection before. They're not even real people. The Sims had these games before they got Sims. I believe it's the same company. It's called Sim City, and it's also Sim Ant. And these 2 games, you would build cities. I'm pretty sure SimCity. Okay, good. Because I'm pretty sure SimCity became pretty mainstream. I'm sure you have never heard of Sim Ant.
No, I don't even know what that is. Like, are you ants? Do you play as ants?
Dude, get this. Yes, you are an ant.
No
and
way.
you build a colony, and you grow that colony and battle with other ants colonies.
That's
It's
fucking
sick.
crazy.
No, it's like the movie Ants or A Bug's Life.
Dude, Kevin Spacey plays the bad guy in A Bug's Life.
Kevin Spacey plays the bad guy in a lot of movies. in a
That's
lot
true.
of movies. That's kind of like his
That's
thing.
true. Have
my-
you seen
my
you
aunt
seen
knows
Baby
Kevin
Driver,
Spacey.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
My aunt knows Kevin Spacey. He's neighbors with my aunt.
So it feels like we just recorded, basically. It's what it feels like, even though we didn't.
What do you mean we just
and I think it
recorded?
has to do. Well, it feels like that because it's so early in the morning. I feel like it feels like we recorded recently. So I was
No, it
like, what
doesn't.
are we gonna talk
No.
about?
No, it doesn't.
Baylor.
Andrew, we already
won.
talked to... No. Andrew,
No.
Oh my
We
God.
said they were ahead. We did not end with the win.
we didn't.
No, because we was live when we recorded. Remember?
I'm so sorry to whoever has to listen to this piece of fucking shit episode that we put out because Andy made us record at 7 in the fucking morning.
I am here and I am energetic. And if it's a bad episode, it's all you, baby.
No,
I'm telling you, I'm ready
drinking,
to go.
Look, all right, let me have a sip of my coffee. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
That was my
heard it.
first sip. That was my first sip for everyone.
How was that your first sip? I texted you and I said, "Are you ready?" And you're like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Well, because I had to get my coffee and put it in something, but I haven't drank it yet because I've been talking
To
to you
just
this
put
whole
it in
time.
your hands.
Yeah, fuck you. Okay, yes, Baylor. It's already kicking in. Baylor won March Madness. Congratulations to the people on the team, the people who went to Baylor, including my parents. Both my mom,
Parents went to
and
Baylor.
my mom and my dad met at Baylor. They went to Baylor and they met.
That's
at
crazy.
Baylor. So really, I have Baylor to thank for me even existing in the world today. So I still had Gonzaga winning the whole bracket.
Yeah.
However, good for Baylor. I'm happy for them. First time they've ever won the tournament. So let's give them a round of applause. This is my morning applause.
Yeah, me too.
Can you hear? I can't hear your applause. Can you hear my applause?
Yeah, but actually, it's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure that my software made it so my claps didn't show up in the
Yeah.
audio.
That's okay.
So you can just put that in post, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know what you can do is you can send me an individual sound file of you clapping
And you'll
after
build
this
it out to be
podcast,
like a giant applause.
and I'll just mix it in. I'll just do more work. Don't even worry about it.
That sounds good to me. All right. And for everyone who's curious, I'll be writing my article tomorrow. It'll be up sometime on the site. And I'll run my 40 and I'll drink my 40. I think I'm gonna drink a Bud Ice. Kill me.
No, you should have gone Colt 45. Colt 45.
I don't think I want to do that at all. I don't think I want that.
The only time I've drank a 40 in my life, I was playing a game in college with one of my buddies.
Was it Edward 40 Hands?
Yes, Edward
Yeah,
40
yeah,
Hands, where you duct tape 40s to both of your hands, and you're not allowed to use your hands until
they're gone.
Until you finish both 40s. I blacked out almost instantly when I finished them. Like it was almost immediate.
Absolutely.
Like the first one was like, okay, I could do this, like whatever, blah blah blah. We were at a party, and everyone was looking at us and laughing at us and saying, "Why are you guys here? You weren't invited." But we were, just having a good time. And
Why are you here? You were.
and as the night went on, I was like, I could do this. This isn't that bad. 140 was
As the
down.
night went on, you realized that maybe you were invited.
Maybe these people actually do like me.
Maybe
And-
they're wrong.
And hey, could you come with me to the bathroom so you can help me pull down and pull up my pants? I can't use my hands.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
yeah.
that was your first lawsuit.
and then I and then I forgot. I totally just forgot the night after the second one.
But yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing this because I've been thinking strategy, right? Like I have to run the 40. That sucks, but I have to run the 40 and I have to time it. But do I eat something before I drink this 40?
No. You
No,
don't,
I don't
because
think so either. But then I'm gonna be so drunk.
it Yeah, okay, it's a double-edged sword because if you don't have anything in your system, it's catch-22, just like the old catch-22 fable that they write about. If you don't eat and you drink the 40 before you run the 40, you're going to be super drunk.
Oh, so drunk.
Because you have to
unless I just throw up right away.
Because you have to fucking chug it and then run it.
I don't know if I'm gonna drink it fast. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to chug it. Like, I don't know how that's gonna.
Well, I'm using chug as drinking it fast. I wouldn't be able to drink a whole 40 in one chug or anything like that. But you're gonna have to drink it. You have to time yourself, right? So you're gonna have to drink it in a pretty fast manner. Hence,
does this get added to my 40 time?
For sure, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Andrew.
Watch my 40 time be an hour.
No,
that would actually be super funny.
No, that's not funny.
That is funny, but all
right. What was I gonna say? But if you have some food in your system, you won't get as drunk, but there's more of a likelihood that you throw up because that food ain't gonna be sitting well.
Oh, absolutely not. Depends what I eat. Maybe I'll just eat fruit.
That just sounds. No, I love fruit.
I mean, what's better? A McDouble? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
I think honestly, a McDouble and a whole DiGiorno pizza.
And then a chocolate shake.
There you go. You know what? This isn't going to be that bad. Just make sure to eat those 3 things, then the 40, then you run the 40.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll be posting. That'll be up sometime tomorrow, probably sometime tomorrow night. Because after I'm drunk, I'm gonna have to figure out how to post again. So
that is true. You're gonna be with friends, so hopefully they know how the technology works.
They know how to take care of me.
Yeah,
they're like, "We're on vacation too, jackass. Stop throwing up all over the kitchen."
Oh man, you leave today, right? You leave today?
Yep, we'll leave today at noon, which, I mean, anyone listening to this will be, I leave yesterday.
Yeah, this won't matter.
And I'm posting today.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you are listening to this episode, make sure to go to b3tsports.com. That's our sports blog. Andy will have a video for us. I'll put it on our social media, at Bet Bath Beyond, and probably, I'm sure Johnny will also put it on at B3T Sports.
Speaking of...
What?
Dude, that meme Johnny posted on the B3T Insta, that was so funny.
Remind me again. Refresh
it was where he said, when were wide receivers invented? 1930.
I
Ravens at 1920.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? You know what? Johnny no longer... I'm glad you reminded me. Johnny no longer works for us.
Yeah, so that's not true.
I had to fire him because of that post.
That was so funny. And the fact that you said he was fired just made me think oh my God, I love this kid. That's so funny.
He does know
I
how
laughed
to get under
so
my
hard.
He does know how to get under my fucking skin when it comes to the Ravens, dude. He posts so much anti-Raven stuff sometimes, and I'm
dude,
like,
and pro Dolphin stuff, and I'm like, but what about the Panthers?
No, he's so fucking biased against the Dolphins. And then, any other team sucks.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny. Okay, speaking of football, there are a couple trade headline type things. The Bengals, they released their backup running back, Giovanni Bernard. That's not crazy, but I always thought he was a good backup, so I'm sure he'll land somewhere unless he's going to retire. Bears are looking to send out Anthony Miller to trade him, which will be very interesting as well. I think Anthony Miller is a good wide receiver. Jordan Howard re-signed with the Eagles on a 1-year deal. And then the Panthers signed cornerback AJ Bouye. So I'm very happy about that one. We needed a corner really bad. But as far as actual trade news and stuff, that's I think all we got for the NFL.
Andy, I'm sorry. I didn't listen to a fucking word you just said, but I'm sure it was very important. I'm sure
it's not that big of a deal. It does lead into though Deshaun Watson.
Okay, I'll pay attention to Deshaun Watson. I just, while you were listing off all these players,
Were you trying to buy a horse?
no, I mean, I'm always trying to buy a Zed Run horse. I'm being a little bit. We'll get into it later, and I'll talk to you why you should probably wait to buy a horse until Zed's next drop, because they are having another drop. They haven't minted all their horses, so you can still wait and get a horse. You just have to be a little patient. So we'll talk about that later in the show, and I'll also talk about why I just ignored you, because I'm on Twitter right now, and a specific person was trending, and I was like, why is this person trending? And I just looked at it, and I'm cracking the fuck up. So
I'm pretty sure it's a little early for Twitter.
Look, you made me wake up this early, so I guess I'm on Twitter now. Let's talk about Deshaun.
Okay, well, initially I was, at least in the sense of a dynasty fantasy football, I was like, oh, come on, Deshaun, don't be guilty. Because he's on my dynasty team.
I just traded Kyler Murray for him. I just traded.
I did. I got rid of Kyler. Well, I mean, it wasn't like a 1-to-1 trade, but I did trade away Kyler knowing that I was going to get Watson.
For the sake of my dynasty team, please don't be guilty.
Yep. And
You're fucked,
two more women have come out and I think accused him. And 2 women of the original 20 have actually identified themselves and made public statements. Nike has suspended their ad campaigns and clothing lines with Deshaun currently. The police have also opened a formal investigation. I don't think it looks good. I mean, I don't know if anything criminal happened, but I think he will get rung through the civil at least and have to pay a ton of money to these women if he's going to settle. Apparently, when he had them do these massages and stuff, he would have them sign NDAs, which is like a huge red flag.
Insert Michael Scott cringe gif where he bites his lower lip and is like, ew. Yeah, that's signing paperwork before you give someone a massage is probably the biggest red flag in this entire case. Now that said, innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. We've said it about this case many times before, and we'll keep saying it because that's how it works in this country. Yeah, if you don't like it, too fucking bad. That's how it works. So he's innocent until proven guilty. However, it just every day that goes by and more information comes out and more women come forward and more consequences happen, like his brands are dropping him, it just doesn't look good. He's losing in the public eye, which is unfortunate because, like I just said, in our judicial system, you're innocent until proven guilty. However, there's a whole other game to be played in the public perception. That being said,
absolutely.
He is losing in the public eye, the public court, because once you have brands kind of drop you off, once you have women start getting identified, once information like having to sign NDAs just to give a freaking massage come out, once you see that the police are opening up actual criminal investigations, well, then people are going to think you're guilty no matter what, which is unfortunate, but that's how we view people, unfortunately. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. Like, he could be, I mean, we've seen worse, right? Like at least at this time.
Yeah, comparatively.
I mean, okay, so like the players that I immediately think of that have gotten into hot water that I think of off the top of my head, Ray Rice, because he was a Ravens player, and there was actual video of him punching, his girlfriend / fiance in an elevator. Kareem Hunt. Now, Ray Rice never returned to the NFL. He never returned from that situation. Kareem Hunt did. He got suspended for a fucking long time, but now he, is on the Browns and he's doing well, at least football career wise. Yeah. AB, I think of AB. AB had some
Crazy,
allegation.
man.
AB's had a lot of shit go down, and he just won the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to write off Deshaun just yet. I'm not going to write him off just yet. Well, one, because innocent until proven guilty, but two is some players have come back depending on the severity of their actions. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen to Deshaun. He's been a top tier quarterback in the league for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's again, if he is guilty, I don't want it. If he is innocent, I want it. So, like,
here's the thing, Andrew, because even if these charges go away, even if the NFL doesn't suspend him, he still might not play. Because if you remember,
it feels like he's still on the Texans.
It feels like an eternity ago, but he wants out of Houston. And he says he might sit to get his way.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I need a quarterback in Dynasty.
I cracked the fuck up when you texted me and you were like, "Hey, I want Justin Herbert." And I drafted Justin Herbert last year. He's been a great addition to my team. I need a running back. And you have the fucking balls. And I even said, hey, you know what I need? It's not a secret, right? You can just look at my roster. I need a running back. You have the balls to fucking offer me Deshaun Watson as part of a quarterback trade.
And Tom Brady. And Tom Brady.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm going to be rostering 4 fucking quarterbacks on my roster.
Well, you wouldn't, because you'd be giving me Herbert. So, I mean, like...
Yeah.
So, it'd be 3.
That's still... I just need 2. I
agree. Somebody offered me Lamar the other day.
He's been on the trading block for
yeah,
forever.
They want Clyde. And I was like, I don't think I can do that.
I don't know.
Listen. I have 3 running backs on my team. I have more than 3, but I only have 3 that are playable, and one of them Saquon. So obviously that's great. Then Jonathan Taylor, also a stud, and then Clyde. After Clyde, I got nothing. I have 0 depth basically after Clyde. Who's your
next running back after Clyde? Like if you were forced to put someone on the roster in a game, who would it be? Besides those 3? It would be
Nyheim Hines, maybe Tevin Coleman, Mark Ingram as backup to David Johnson in Houston. Those are like my
Yeah, not great. Again, I'm not working with a whole lot. I have Chase Edmonds, who might be the starter now, right? Because Kenyon Drake's no longer on the team.
That is correct. They're speculating that they will draft a running back, but we'll see.
But what are the odds that the running back they draft would be ahead of Chase Edmonds? Chase Edmonds looked great last year.
He did. It depends who they draft. If it's any of the big 3 running backs, it's Najee Harris, and then Etienne from Clemson, and then there's another guy from North Carolina who his stats were not as impressive, but he was also there's another running back there who will get drafted, probably not in the first 3 rounds, but he will get drafted in the NFL. He's talented enough that he was splitting carries with. Anytime that has ever happened in college, usually the guy who is higher up, the original guy, is way more talented than people give credit for. Just because, you're splitting time with 2 technically NFL caliber running backs in a college game. So, of course, you're not going to have the stats that you would if you were the bell cow yourself. But he looks good, and that's kind of the guy that they're targeting, I believe.
I have Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about him because obviously he's been splitting time. Well, he's been splitting time with Ronald Jones, and Ronald Jones seems to be the clear favorite, at least last season. I don't know about this season, and I don't know if Fournette's going to stay with the Bucs, right? We don't know about where he's going yet.
Who's that?
Playoff Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, no, he is. He signed with them.
Okay, fuck
me. The Bucs have actually signed all 22, 11 offensive and 11 defensive starters back to the roster. So they have The only one I think in their core, quote unquote core, is Antonio Brown, who they have not signed.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I mean, Leonard Fournette, hopefully I don't know, he didn't get as much playing time as I wanted back last season. Then I have J.D. McKissick and Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde, I want to say, signed somewhere, didn't he?
He signed with the Jags.
That's what it was. Yep, the Jags.
He got a 2-year contract with Jacksonville for $4.5 million.
That's actually insane that they would do that because they have that rookie last year who is one of the best running backs in the league, just a grinder.
I mean, that's good for me because Carlos Hyde was the backup in Seattle. So hopefully he gets more playing time because I literally had him on my bench just in case, what's his name, Carson, got hurt.
Man.
So.
Let's see. What else? I don't think there's really any more football. Oh, by the way, the guy's name is Javonte Williams. That's the running back from North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about a part of the episode that I was ignoring you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, there are people who don't ignore me. There are people who are like, he's my favorite.
Oh, my God. Tweet at us. Who's your favorite? Ian or Andrew? Who's your favorite bat boy?
God.
And if it's not me, don't listen to this podcast anymore. Get the fuck out.
Oh, go ahead. Keep listening. I got the info.
Okay, so the reason why I was ignoring you, not paying attention when you were, listing off all these players, is because Alex Jones.
Oh no.
Alex Jones. They're turning the freaking frogs gay,
Yep.
That Alex Jones, the conspiracy Alex Jones. He was trending on Twitter, and that's always a good thing. Always a good thing. We need Alex Jones to trend more on Twitter.
Did he die?
He did not die, thank God.
Did he hit somebody?
He didn't. So there's two. So it's kind of all over the place, I'll be honest. It's kind of all over the place on why he's trending. But it seems like the number one reason on why he's trending is because he saved a group of children from being human trafficked. He jumped in front of a car and saved these children that were in the back of a car being human trafficked. And there's a video. And Keemstar, if you know who Keemstar is, he's a YouTube vlogger. He tweeted it and posted the video. And the video has over 1 million views right now on Twitter. And it's literally Alex Jones. I'm watching it right now. He's screaming at the driver. He's in front of the car. He's pointing at him. And he's like, don't you fucking leave. I don't know if this is real. I genuinely, knowing Alex Jones, I have no idea what to think.
It could be staged.
It could be staged, but it also could be real. I have no idea. But there's a bunch of kids. I'm looking at them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like a whole fucking litter of small children in the back of this car. I have no idea.
Have you ever seen that Key and Peele skit where one of them leaves a grocery store and the other one's like, hey, do you want to donate to save a child? And he's like, no, I'm really busy. And he keeps harassing him. He's like, you know what? Fine. And the guy's like, yeah, all it takes is $1 to save a kid. And he hands him a $5 bill. He's like, how about we save 5 kids? And he's like, Johnny! And the guy comes up with a van and he lets 5 kids out of the van. He's like, thank you for your money. And then they drive off and he's like, oh my God. That reminds me of possibly what Mr. Jones is doing here.
Key and Peele is hilarious, by the way. I think Key and Peele is a criminally underrated skit show.
Well, their ideas are so basic. It rides just all on how they perform all the time.
It's
so good.
Keegan-Michael Key. He used to be on, I want to say Mad TV. Mad TV.
Maybe I don't recall.
It's one of these skits, but anyway, he was a gym coach. His name was Coach Hines, and he was like a gym coach. I'll send you the video because this was back in the day, and it's with Bobby Lee too, if you know who Bobby Lee is. And it is fucking hilarious. Me and my buddies used to watch these videos before Key and Peele were even a thing in like high school and stuff, and we would always quote Coach Hines. It's such a funny skit.
Well, I know Keegan does like acting stuff like now that Key and Peele is over, and Jordan Peele, obviously a huge director, like with What is it?
Go ahead.
A Way Out.
No, Get Out.
Get Out. There you go. Get Out. And he also has another one, which is like about the family with they're like doubles. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Us. I've watched it.
Us,
It's really
there you
good. It's really good.
I haven't actually seen either of them, but they are very, very.
Wait.
And Get Out has not been spoiled for me yet. Like it's been years, has not been spoiled. I need to watch it.
Hold the fucking phone. Do you really think you're just going to drop that and I'm not going to say anything? We talk movies on this podcast all the time. Are you telling me, Andrew, that you've never seen Get Out?
Correct.
That's insane to me. That's crazy. I know I know what movie I'm recommending to you at the end of this podcast.
That's fine. Here's the thing. I've always wanted to watch. I just never have. I don't know. Like, I think I had one of those moments where I think Andy. Yeah, you know Andy Dwyer, the character in Parks and Rec, played by Chris Pratt.
Yes.
He has a line where he's like, "I don't know what X is, but at this point, I'm too afraid to ask." I think that's like I found out that I hadn't seen the movie. It's been out for a while. I'm like, now I just can't watch it. Like,
Yeah,
I can't rent it. Google will know.
So I feel like that with John Wick. I've never seen any of the John Wick series.
I haven't either.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I haven't either.
Well, maybe
I've seen bits and pieces, but
maybe when you come to Chicago next time. Well, we have to go see a Cubs game. Game.
Sure.
But maybe we'll watch the John Wick series since we've never seen it. That reminds me. Wait, I want to also say before we get too run off the tracks that Alex Jones is also trending, because I said there's multiple reasons why Alex Jones is trending. One is he saved a car full of children from being human trafficked. The other seems to be that the Supreme Court has given permission for Sandy Hook parents to bankrupt Alex Jones. Because
that's probably fair, considering that I think he says that it's fake, right?
I guess it's just I'm looking at a lot of people saying that Alex Jones is about to go bankrupt, and I'm looking at a little political cartoon. It's kind of funny. It's a balloon that is shaped like Alex Jones, and his big fucking round head, and then you have a hand that's popping the balloon, and the hand has Sandy Hook defamation lawsuits. And the balloon is now getting deflated. It's pretty deep. I don't know if you could even understand it, Andrew.
Right,
I can understand it, but I don't know if you can understand it. Pretty deep. I guess he's allowed to get sued by because he called the whole Sandy Hook thing a conspiracy. So I guess now people can sue him for saying that.
It's interesting. That is one of those things, fine line of like, okay, you could say what you want, as you know, with the sense of free speech. I mean, he wasn't like infringing on anybody's rights. Maybe now does he sound insane? Yeah, absolutely. Like, it sounds fucking crazy town banana pants. But now you're wondering, like, defamation. Like, I guess, was he coming out and was he saying, like, these people are insane for saying it? If that's the case, then yeah, absolutely sue him. But if he was just saying it's a conspiracy, then that's tight for me. But, I mean, as I'm saying this, I know that's not just what he was saying. I'm just devil's advocate.
I mean, you're right. I've never watched... I don't really watch Alex Jones. I kind of watch him from afar, you know?
Right.
It's kind of like a thing that I don't want to get too close on, but I do like seeing bits and pieces from very, very far away. So I don't know exactly what he said about Sandy Hook. I don't know the details. I have heard him say, and I do know he believes the entire thing was fabricated and is a conspiracy. I'm assuming, and you know what they say about assuming, you make an ass out of you and me, but I'm assuming he probably said some stuff that probably would warrant a defamation case.
I would also imagine that to be the case.
He's kind of a hothead, and he definitely speaks his mind. So, yeah, I guess he's gonna get sued. Sad. Okay. So wait, what was I gonna say about the Cubs when I said you need to come to Chicago? Because one, you do need to come to Chicago, Andrew. You haven't been to Chicago in like years, right? So you need to come.
True.
we're gonna go to a Cubs game, and
Okay.
we're gonna watch John Wick. Now, if you remember, and I think this was last podcast, or at least a couple podcasts ago, I said I've never been to a Cubs game and the Cubs have lost. Remember that? Every time I've gone to the Cubs game,
Did they lose? I saw you're at 2 Cubs games over the week, right?
I went so up until the 2021 season, I have been to at least 10. So we'll say double-digit Cubs games. Every single time I've gone, they've won. That's a pretty impressive record, okay? So let's say 10 for 10. I went to 2 Cubs games this week. They
Against
both
the Pirates?
lost. Nope, against the Brewers back to back.
Oh, okay. You didn't go to a Pirates game.
Didn't go to a Pirates game. They're playing the Brewers. I live right next to the stadium, so I just walk over. It's beautiful. It's easy. I love it. However, the Cubs lost 2 in a row to the Brewers, and I was there for both of them. And that's just a terrible way to end the streak. That is just
Yeah, not fun. Not fun.
that just sucks. That sucks.
Wow.
So the streak is broken.
I hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it. The Cubs are 3-3 right now. They were 3-1 when I went to go see them a couple days ago. Lost 2 straight to the Brewers. I mean, we got to figure it out. The first game I went to, the Cubs had 1 hit the entire game. 1 hit the entire
But they still won.
game. No, Andrew. They
Oh,
didn't.
I thought you were saying the first one you ever went to.
No, the first game I went to this season. The first game I went to this week.
Yeah, that's rough. That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. So
I don't know how to help you.
I don't
Baseball
know.
Sucks.
we just come to Chicago so we can go to a game.
I can tell you that your luck will get a lot better with me there.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll throw a hot dog with cheese all over it at the opposing team's pitcher.
Oh my god, dude. Is there any NBA news? Is there any NBA news that you want to talk about? 'Cause
I know James Harden tried to make his comeback the other day, but he got pulled because of his hamstring was still acting up. I know Alex Caruso had a really cool play where loose ball, he chased it down and dove on it, and before he got up, he threw it backwards, high velocity for somebody else to dunk it. Let's see. Other NBA news. Apparently the Warriors came back and had an awesome comeback against the Bucks. Oh, and Draymond Green said that he sees women complain all the time about equal pay, but all he sees is them complaining, no one being an activist. There you go.
Subway, drop him. Drop him, Subway.
So that's Draymond, baby. Draymond says some of the craziest shit. Like, I think 4 weeks ago, he's like, I am the greatest defensive player to ever play the game of basketball.
Jesus Christ. I am sad to report that I'm no longer in first place in my fantasy basketball league after being in first place pretty much the entire season.
Oh, sad.
It is sad. I've been dealing with a lot of injuries. I've been dealing with a lot of injuries on my roster. Let's see. Brandon Ingram is out. Malik Beasley was out for a 12-game suspension, and then he came back, which was great, and now he's out with a hamstring injury. What's his name was also out. D'Angelo Russell has been out for forever because he had surgery. So he's finally back, but I lost some ground, Andrew. I lost some ground. I'm in second place. I'm tied for second. I still have the most points for in the league, so I still have that going for me. And I should beat the person I'm playing this week because he's one of the worst teams in the league. It just sucks not seeing me at the top of the leaderboard anymore.
You hate to see it.
You do. You hate to see it.
Question. You joined that Zed Run Discord server, right?
Okay, so if we're going to talk about NFTs, just know we're never going back to anything else. Like once we jump into
I don't think there's anything else to go back to.
Once we jump into the NFT pool, we're staying there.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because did you get a direct message from somebody named Terrible?
On the Discord?
Yeah, on the Discord.
No. I did
Okay,
not.
well, I think I get sent like a spam thing, but it's kind of funny because I want to talk about it a little bit. I won apparently 0.49 Bitcoin, and they sent me a promo code, and they sent me like a website to go to, and there's a bunch of typos in it, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to just get my crypto wallet.
They sent you a message that said, I want 0.49 Ether?
No. It says the Glaive Bitcoin giveaway. Congratulations, you became a random winner in our giveaway. In order to help in this easy time, our company decided to make a huge raffle of funds, Glaive Bitcoin. Professional digital asset trading platform, and our partners decided to make a mass draw and give cryptocurrency from 0.001 to zero point 0.9 Bitcoin to random users. And it says I won 0.49 Bitcoin, and it gives me a promo code.
That's like That's like $25,000.
I know it is. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like. So that's why at first I was like reading it, and I'm like, I don't know if I even want to click on this fucking site. But I did. I did end up clicking on the site.
No,
but it also
Andrew.
gives you.
Andrew,
Well,
don't
I did it on
click
my.
that.
I did it on my PC. I didn't do it on my phone. I did it on something that I know has the virus protection and everything. And I use a VPN, so there's no way they're tracking my IP. But I wanted to look at the site, and I was like, this looks fucking crazy. Because I just, when you look at scam sites and they look put together, it always baffles me. I'm like, how much time did you fucking have to spend to try to scam people out of their money?
I'm trying to think how many people would ever fall for a scam like that, because clearly someone reaching out to you out of the blue talking about a contest that you've never heard of, because the whole point of creating a contest, creating a raffle, is to drum up attention to your
Hype.
site.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hype. If you've never heard of that site, if you've never heard of anything like that, then it's not real. It's not real. So I'm trying to think who would ever fall for it. I think Casey Monahan would fall for it.
And who wins a contest that you don't enter? Like I don't win contests I do enter.
Yeah, that's like the public clearinghouse. They just show up to your door with a giant check and some balloons.
Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, so
Hey.
I was just curious because I know, obviously I just joined the server and I'm sure this was like a spam thing. I was kind of curious if you got it too.
Casey, if you're listening, Casey, our B3T sports blogger, if you're listening, let us know if you've ever fallen for a scam. I could see you falling for a scam. That's nothing against you. I think you're pure of heart, and I think that's why you'd get scammed.
I did fall for a scam once.
Oh my god, you and Casey are the same person. You're just Iowa Casey.
I was in junior high and I was selling a PlayStation, and I was selling it on like eBay, right? And I sold it to some. There was somebody saying that somebody was a military service like overseas, and I remember, and they said it was like their birthday or whatever, and I remember packing up the Xbox, and I remember putting like a birthday card in it, like going that extra mile and sending it, and then after a while I was like, I don't have my money, like what the fuck? And again, I'm like in junior high, and so I'm like, I have no idea how the world works at all. And then eventually I was like, I guess I file a grievance claim with eBay, and I never saw a dime.
Damn, dude. Yeah, they got you good. They
They
you
did.
really fucking good. Okay. So, Zed Run. It is a NFT horse racing game. We talked about it last podcast. Really, I just learned about it last week because PFT Commenter and Big Cat, both of them have tweeted about it. And I am huge in the NFT space. I have a huge NFT art collection that hopefully will make me a millionaire someday. So
Hopefully.
I'm way into NFTs. Zed.run is the website. You buy horses. Each horse has a characteristic, kind of like Pokemon. They're born with these characteristics. You can't train them. You can't, make them do better. They're born the way they are, and you race them. And as you race these horses, you can get money for winning said races.
I want to talk about that.
If you have a winning horse, a horse that actually has really good characteristics, guess what? You can breed with another horse so that they can pass on those desirable traits that will breed hopefully more raceable horses, which would make your horse even more valuable because people want to breed with really good horses.
Okay, but so the races, right? How much do you know about the races?
A good bit. Obviously, I don't have a horse yet, so I have never raced in one. But I mean, I've watched them.
Okay, my question is, if I know that a certain horse is in a race that I can't beat, why would I ever enter the race?
Well, that's each horse, when you enter a race, has odds associated with the outcome. So it would say Andy's horse, given the competition, given also there are different lengths of racetracks. So really, some horses are good short sprinters, some are good long sprinters, some are good middle of the road. So
drag racing your horses.
Yeah, exactly. So really, I mean, this isn't like a simple click and enter and there you go. You actually have to do your research. You kind of have to figure out what race is most favorable for your horse's characteristics. So depending on the race, depending on your competition, before every race, you're going to see odds that are associated with your horse winning that race. So let's say, Andrew, me and you have a horse, we enter it, I have a 7% chance of winning, yours has a 10% chance. I don't know if I'm going to win or not, but I know I have a 7% chance of winning.
Right. Okay. No, I was just curious because I didn't know if there's, I'm sure, like, obviously if there are a bunch of horses that are better than mine, obviously my odds go down. But I just didn't know how I know when I should enter something, when I shouldn't, like when I should stay away from it, that kind of thing.
So what happens is when you enter a race, I believe, just based off of the Discord conversations, how they get the odds is they run the simulation 10,000 times, I believe, and that's the odds.
That's how you get your percentage. All right.
That's how you get your percentage. So you don't just enter the race and then it immediately takes place. You have to sign up for it in advance so that they can run their simulations, and then, it's kind of like a whole process. So like if I wanted to run a race tonight or something, I don't know how long, but I'd have to there's a decent amount of setup time that it takes to enter a race and then actually race the horse.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so going to Zed.run, you'll see that there's a marketplace. That's where you buy the horses. Like we talked about last podcast, all the horses are sold out. So what happens is Zed has 38,000 horses that they will mint to the public. Only 38,000. And then once they mint those 38,000, those are called Genesis horses. And they're from a number between Z1 to Z10. Okay? Once they mint their horses, that's it. That's all they'll ever mint. And any additional horses will have to be bred if you want new horses. Okay? So you have the originals, the 38,000 originals, the Genesis horses. That's why I think those are the best players, right? Because you're going to have something that is going to be rare depending on how big the game gets. And I think the game has legs, no pun intended. I think the game has a lot of legs because everyone loves, games where you can collect things like Pokemon. They're basically collectibles. You can race them. You can stream the races. People are going to watch them on Twitch. And you can win via winning races, and you can sell them or you can breed them. It just has all the makeups of, I think, a very successful game in this day and age, especially utilizing the non-fungible token that everyone is, talking about.
We just need to build out a B3T sports stable.
Yeah, we really do. Honestly, that's a great idea. I'm sure. I mean, I saw PFT and Big Cat tweet about it. If I was, Dave Portnoy or someone who had decision-making powers at Barstool, I would 100% get a Barstool stable and then just buy a bunch of horses and then just have. That's so much content. That's so much content for your viewers. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer.
I think it's also a no-brainer. Hire us, Barstool.
Yeah. Well, acquire us. Buy us.
Oh, yes. Equestrian us. It sucks you said when we do NFTs, we're not going back, but we didn't play Go Fuck Yourself.
I didn't pick a player because it's way too fucking early. So that's on you, Andrew.
Sad. That's
on
what,
you.
2 weeks in a row you have a player ready?
No, that's not true. I had a player last episode. Don't try to pull this. No.
You know, you had a player, but you didn't have a player when we started.
Shut up. Listen, something that I also want to mention about Zed Run, and we're not going back, so we're staying in the world of NFTs.
All right.
Something that I do want to mention is that there is a secondary marketplace. It's called OpenSea, okay? That's kind of like the biggest NFT marketplace where all these other websites that have NFTs, all these other platforms that create and sell NFTs, OpenSea is kind of this melting pot marketplace where you can sell to people. You're going to be paying a lot of money for a horse right now on OpenSea just because they're all sold out, right? However, like I said earlier, there's 38,000 horses minted by Zed. They haven't minted all 38,000 yet. There's still at least one more drop, maybe 2 or 3, I'm not sure, but there's at least going to be another drop because I know they haven't minted it all. The prices are significantly cheaper if you just wait and you're patient. Now, here's the thing. Last drop, I saw a lot of people complain that they tried to buy a horse, but for some reason, for whatever reason, maybe the internet was slow, maybe the website crashed, they weren't able to because there was so much demand, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a free-for-all. It's kind of a free-for-all. They drop all these horses. They drop all these horses.
Probably set up.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, bots are a big thing in the NFT world, especially when platforms don't have the technology to combat them. So you're going to have people scooping up all these horses very, very quickly. And I've seen a lot of complaints on Discord about people who tried to participate in the last drop, weren't able to, and now they're really pissed. So just know there is going to be another drop. There are going to be cheaper prices. I don't know how competitive it's going to be, if it's anything like the last drop, and if Zed hasn't done anything to make it easier for people to purchase, it's going to be hard to actually buy a horse. So I just do your research, figure out which horses are the best. Again, there's 4 bloodlines. There are all different types of Z numbers. The lower the Z number, the better your horse is typically. And then really you're going to want to try to get a Genesis horse because those are the original minted horses by Zed that are going to be valuable someday when they're all minted and everyone else is late to the game and they can only get, breeded horses.
What happens when my horse dies?
As of right now, your horse does not die. Your horse does not even depreciate in race quality. So you can, as of right now, race your stud in it forever. Digital horses, man.
God.
Digital horses.
Also, I'm looking at Top Shot, and I'm trying to get into a queue.
You owe me, Andrew. You owe me a Top Shot pack. What are you doing?
So I'm in the base set Series 2, release 24. It says only 1 pack per person. Multiple accounts are not allowed. And then it says I will receive the pack in about 2 weeks. We'll update you on April 7th with your estimated delivery date. But as I'm here, there's no way to set myself into a queue anymore. So I don't know.
Andrew, oh my God. Andrew, I don't care.
Like, am I going to have to email somebody?
Maybe. I mean, you owe me a Top Shot pack. What is this? Russia, where we don't follow up with our bets?
And I don't wear shoes?
Yeah. And you ride horses with no shirts on?
Marketplace. What do we got here? What if I just buy you an individual $11,000 LeBron James no-look 3-point shot?
I would call that even. Yeah, I'd call that even.
Well, that's interesting. What is Zion Williamson? $589. What are you?
I'll take that as well, Andrew.
It looks like it's an alley-oop dunk. He nailed it. All right. Final thoughts. Did you watch Ad Astra?
Not yet, Andrew.
Okay.
I will this weekend for sure.
All right.
For sure. Don't even worry about it.
It pulls too. I was here last week in it.
Oh, grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Normally, you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I wanted to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruited. When you grapefruit your man, it's going to feel as if you are giving him head and fucking him at the same time.
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. Valentino Summers and wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious. It's ominous. Garage is the phantom. Ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. No better feeling would he ever get than...
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Time to hit the showers because baths are for babies.